This program has been brought to you in part by the 360 Lady Mafia. The 360 Lady Mafia, for life, not for losers.
Welcome to the Sensational Experience, episode number 4. By myself again, the Pennsylvania sensation Greg Cherry. One and only nowhere to be found because he doesn't go to school here. Well, it's been an interesting week in the world of wrestling, and I'll get to a lot of that, especially a question that I think I got asked more than any other. But with that started, let's start with my co-host questions, because I didn't answer him last week because he was on the show, so I'm going to answer them this week, starting off with the one and only David Schwartz. His first question: do you think that Shawn Michaels will be inducted into the Hall of Fame within the next 3 years? Depends how long his career goes. I don't think they're going to induct him right away like they did Ric Flair. He deserves it, yeah, but I don't see it happening in the next 3 years. I honestly thought they were going to induct him this year until, Stone Cold got inducted and everybody else is going to get inducted. Shawn Michaels, I'd say probably get inducted. He's going to be inducted before WrestleMania 35. That's my prediction. It's not years away, but hey. Gotta love the noise in the gym. Gotta love it. Oh, by the way, I'm dressed up because I have a basketball game to call. So that's why I'm here, and that's why, yeah. The second question is, what do you think the WWE needs to do to make itself the big name in wrestling like the Attitude Era? First of all, stop pushing the product toward kids. That's been the main thing that's been the problem. They keep pushing the product towards kids. Yes, I understand they want to build a new generation of fans, but at the same time, you're losing the past generation of fans, who are the ones who currently buy all this stuff. Right now, you need better storyline writers. Get everybody you had back in the Attitude Era, or at least whoever you had back in the Attitude Era, and get them to write. Quit bringing these people from Hollywood who know absolutely nothing about wrestling. Hire Oleg. He's a brilliant writer. He could be the entire writing team. Trust me. For those of you who don't know Oleg, I'll explain eventually. A couple questions are from Scott. What surprises do you think we could see between now and WrestleMania, if any? This question was sent to me before Christian returned, so there's one of them. As far as other surprises, maybe surprises on who's going to be a Money in the Bank. I don't think they're going to pull any major surprises between now and WrestleMania. I think they're going to save it for the big event. And his second question, hypothetically speaking, if TNA were to fall apart, not be bought out by WWE, but literally fall, who from TNA do you see being able to make the jump over to WWE and be successful? Team 3D, the Dudleys, because they usually were. Kurt Angle, there's another one. Even though he ratted on WWE for the last 2-3 years or whatever it was, he'd probably be able to do it. I'd say former WWE guys. Maybe AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, if they were used right. And Christopher Daniels, if they didn't put him under a mask and they actually... Although Daniels would probably... He'd probably, conform to the WWE gimmick style. Although he should be the Fallen Angel. If he debuted as the Fallen Angel, perfectly fine. He'd be awesome. He'd be amazing. He'd be world champion. Of course, TNA doesn't know how to use him right, and WWE, if they got him, probably would use him wrong too. My opinion. Next couple questions are from Jeff. Not me, Joe, but just Jeff. Number one, what do you think is the reason the popularity of wrestling is down nowadays compared to the late 1990s, early 2000s, the Attitude Era, aside from the product not being as good as it was? You need better writers. You need the right people. I said this a couple shows ago. You need the right people to pull off an Attitude Era type deal. And right now, I don't know who you have. You have Cena, who, as a heel, could pull off the Attitude Era stuff. I bet he could. If he turned instant heel, boom. to be able to pull it off. And you have a lot of people. You have Christian Edge, you have the Hardys, you have Matt Hardy, who, quite frankly, could pull off the Attitude Era with his new heel gimmick, the Black Cloud or whatever his name is now. But again, you need the right people. In the Attitude Era, everybody was cared about. And that's another thing. You have to care about every single person on the roster. I was watching the first episode of SmackDown, and when Tony Chimmel attacked Howard Finkel, it was a segment you'd have to watch it. The crowd erupted. You don't get that type of reaction for half the main eventers right now. Tony freaking Chimmel got a pop. That never happens. Number 2, do you think that Cena and Orton are deserving of the spot of the main guys in the company? Cena, maybe. Orton, absolutely. Cena, he sells merchandise. And yeah, we know the same thing with Stone Cold and Hogan, but see, people like them. People liked Hogan. People loved Hogan. People love Stone Cold. People don't like John Cena. And yeah, the mixed reactions might not happen as often now because of the internet kids and more kids are showing up at the arena. But really, Cena, I mean, you have so many other good people that you could use to be the top guy in the company right now. Shawn Michaels can still go. I'm trying to think of another babyface I want to hear about. CM Punk. CM Punk was the world champion for a little bit. CM Punk would have been a good one because people like CM Punk. This question is from Blue Rain. Who do you think will be in the Hall of Fame this year other than Stone Cold? Well, based on rumors, it looks like the Von Erich family is going to be in, which is pretty awesome. I think it's the entire Von Erich family, which is like 6 or 7 people to be inducted. There's a rumor that Terry Funk will be inducted, which would be really awesome because Terry Funk in Texas, Double Cross Ranch. That would just be amazing to see Terry Funk get inducted. Who else would be inducted? I don't know. You have to induct the manager, but I'm not sure who. I don't know any other really solid managers used in the WWE. Reference Slick. He was at WrestleMania a couple years ago. It'd be cool to see him be inducted. I still would love to see Jake the Snake Roberts get inducted one of these years, because he hasn't been. The Bulldog and Owen Hart will never be inducted because his fiancée won't let him be associated with wrestling in any way. Which is unfortunate because being in the Hall of Fame, it's an honor. It's not like another shot to the heart. No. Bulldog makes choice. This question is from Eric. Who could be the alternative major fan favorite to John Cena in this day and age, seeing as we used to have Hogan and the Warrior and the Rock and Stone Cold? And to reword the question because it was like a whole paragraph or something. The alternative major fan favorite seems to be Batista, but not everybody loves Batista. I'm going again with CM Punk. CM Punk could be that guy because a lot of people like CM Punk, especially from his days in the Indies. Mr. Kennedy could be another good choice. MVP, believe it or not, MVP could become big enough. And quite frankly, I think all 3 that I mentioned deserve to be that alternate major fan favorite. But they never get the chance because they're overshadowed like guys from Triple H, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Batista, the actual main eventers. Not to say that any of those guys I mentioned don't deserve it, but well, that's another story. Kennedy, MVP, and CM Punk, I think, would be able to pull it off because they are legitimate fan favorites. Everybody, well, not everybody. A lot of people like Mr. Kennedy. A lot of people like MVP, and I don't know anybody who dislikes CM Punk. So, I hope that answered your question.